I think we'll be fine. I don't think this phase is as frustrating as the other phases we were dealt. Viewer seems to be the big threat, and it's my own fault if I get hit by it. I'm gonna reset the capture card. Just in case it desyncs. Elgato likes to do that.
Let's end this. Together.
I must admit, I underestimated you.
I saw what you did back there, Cloud. Thank you.
Thank you later. This ain't over.
Okay, let's finish this. It needs more knowledge. I'll take care of them. This one's for you! Easy does it, alright?
What do you make of this, Cloud? Is any of it real? Or is it all just a piece of...
Okay, I guess you can't outrun it.
Don't worry, I can handle this.
At least not if you're that far away. If I was closer to his body, I probably could.
Okay, up and at him. It's your turn. Please.
Fortunately, I lost Prime mode.
You will be quiet.
Yeah, I was about to say, if I got her hit by that, because I happened to move out of the way, it would have felt really
How
bad.
can you want your step wrong?
Be gone. Your part is played.
How can you want an eternity of loneliness?
So I hit him. Not the sword.
Get him!
Here we go. Eric!
Here he comes!
Nice.
What? He wasn't even facing that way.
All right. Eric, you ready?
As I'll ever be! This one's for you!
Now's our chance.
Ready or not, here it comes! Keep up the pressure,
Watch
okay?
this. Here we go.
Shall I sever your throat? No more.
Let's be smart.
Oh no, I didn't even notice.
Just in case.
Okay, that's it. GG. It is over. But it's not over until the trophies show up. I'm assuming, will it be before or after the end credits? I'm in no hurry to just skip past end credits. We can just watch everything. Yeah, Genova was really the scariest part of all of it. I thought I don't need elemental absorb. I don't need any of this. And like she attacks exclusively with so many elements, including like poison, fire, blizzard.
Nice catch. So, what Aerith actually do anyway?
I don't think I've ever had to work so hard for platinum before.
Well,
Not that I expected a game to give it to me, but like that was that Chadley is what
and with
ultimately
that,
broke
we are
me.
clear
First it
for
was
takeoff.
Cactar Crush with Aerith, and then it was ultimately Chadley. It's always Chadley. But then he thanks you profusely afterwards, so I'm like, okay, I guess that makes it better.
It's not fair.
How long, what was your final game time, Skyhawk? Like, what was your total, how many hours did it take you to platinum this? 190. I know I had under 230 right before making starting chapter 14. Granted, several of those hours were just me doing calls and other things where I wasn't actively playing and the game was just on, but that couldn't have been more than like 12 of those hours across the different days. But yeah, just generally it just took that long. I mean, it feels like it's a long game. So this should get me
A reunion.
I have all of the folios now because I did all of the hard mode side quests too.
Yeah. One sec.
Yeah, it really was. I don't think the combat simulator stuff was nearly as ridiculous, and there were just so many side quests and side missions and mini
You
games.
have to promise not to look up.
At least I don't have to worry
Don't
about
look up.
what the third game title, which
now
it's
I've
we
got
know
to
it's not
look.
going to be Reunion because Crisis Core was named Reunion, but I don't know what
But
it's going
don't
to
let
be
it get to
called.
you.
Don't
Uh,
let what get to me.
More like
It's not
so
real.
Final Fantasy, we
Just an
had
illusion.
Remake, Rebirth, and then the third game
let's
will
go
be
get Sephiroth.
Regurgitation because it makes me sick to
He's
keep
hiding up
playing this over and over. No, I don't know what it'll be called.
Trust me, he is. Soldier's intuition.
Oh, yeah? Better hope you're right.
All right, fine. We trust you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Just
impressed
remember, we
with
got
how
everything
little
riding
loading
on
there
this.
is when running from place to place. Just like you
We
can
got some
run
roads
from
you
like one
best
area
be
to the
ready
other
to
as long
take.
as you don't take a ship or fast travel.
no heavy load.
But the Chadley Combat Simulator, that's where all the load is. It's so strange. It's like
Don't
they
worry
dumped
about
all
me.
of the loading in the
I
game,
can handle it.
and it's like, you know what? We're gonna put it with Chadley. Yeah, that's true. That's probably. I mean, they're probably on pace to release at that particular point, I would think. Or at least they may have the game ready and possible maybe DLC and stuff might still be in development. At that point, who
Take
knows?
care.
But I definitely need a vacation from this game.
You gonna be okay getting back?
And if I said I wasn't?
Yeah, I mean, I would like it to come out quicker than this one did too.
Don't
But
worry. It's like a second
I mean,
home.
I'm happy gameplay-wise with what this game had to
guess.
offer. I enjoyed
But what
combat
if-
a lot
what if
more than
something
the
happens?
original, although I still think aerial combat and
Then I'll send up
targeting
smoke.
enemies could be
Thanks.
better, just in
I'll
general.
keep an eye out.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go like for challenge runs or I admire all the HP MP swap runs I see of like Rulers of the Outer Worlds and like Bonds of Friendship and all these other things. I think
I'll leave
HP
the
MP
rest
is
to
like
you.
crazy good,
Good
but
luck.
I'm not skilled enough to do it.
Aerith. I will stop Sephiroth. Trust me.
You promise?
Promise.
Yeah, the last game I got a platinum trophy on my PlayStation 5. It's not even a PlayStation 5 exclusive game. Was Fuga 2 Melodies of Steel. That was the last time I got a platinum and anything I played on this console.
Walking city streets with worn cobblestones, listening to people
Speaking of, it's been about a year since Fuga 2 came out,
life passing me by.
so hopefully we'll get news on 3 at some point. It's crazy that CyberConnect 2 almost were the people who did Remake before it went to Square Enix in-house.
I won't say that it
I have no idea what kind of a product we would have gotten if they were the ones in charge of it.
if not, what could
But it's fun to think about.
that drew you towards me? Could it be chance till the day
I just wish the level 9 weapon abilities were a little more busted than they actually end up being. Although I think having like the Plumos Rod have like I think a magic attack plus 20 as a level 9 unlock for Aerith was that was the rod that got that one. I could be wrong. I thought that was helpful. It really helped with her solo bout and ultimately with Rulers of the Outer Worlds later just to have that plus 20 magic. Oh yeah. No, I enjoy seeing how people like the builds that people have put together. I like the fact that you can just plow through iframes with your limit break with an HP MP build, and then you automatically have another limit break. it's like it's back because each of those hits still fills your limit break gauge, even though you're not taking any damage for it. And I'm trying to think what else, because if we have HP MP swap now, what else could be broken that they could add later? It would have been more broken if they gave you more than one comment materia, because I would have liked to have linked that to the synergy where whenever we use a skill, somebody can use an offensive ability, plus map it with Swift Cast, plus map it with all of this other stuff. I don't know. It would have been fun to have just been able to have a busted meteor build, or comet or cometeor build. But no, they made sure to give you exactly one. And like even if they gave you two, would have been crazy. I thought it said Joe DiMaggio for Heidegger, and I'm like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. What was the hardest thing for you to do in Rebirth? Like, what do you think was the hardest part of all of it? I know you said that the Rulers or the Bonds of Friendship was like the hardest Chadley mission for you, but was that the hardest thing for you to do? in all of Rebirth? Was that, or was that just the hardest Chadley mission? Yeah, I mean, for me it was Rulers of the Outer World, largely because I couldn't get the timing right for Shadowy Chains. And it's not like you could just sit there and readily practice either, because if you suck and you fail, you have to go through 4 fights to get back to Shadowy Chains. And so I never ended up, like, mastering that. And I would keep getting the characters I wanted to do things with captured, and it was just rough. Sure, I wish I had used Assess on the Chapter 8 boss, because I actually had no idea how to pressure it. And Rufus took me 3 times. No, the hardest fight in the game, the hardest boss is retry from this battle, retry from last battle, retry from current battle. No, but in seriousness, I took me 3 times to beat Rufus on my base playthrough. I ended up beating Chapter 8's boss on my 2nd try with Barret and Red 13, only because I ended up getting like a 3 ATB gauge and a focus shot using all 3 ATB, and it took a stagger bar from like that when he was pressured to like this, and all it took was like a couple of extra hits to pressure him, and that was enough to get through the Doom countdown. Yeah, I just oh, is that part of what the patch did? Was they made it less confusing? I thought the patch that they implemented was to prevent the people that were digital only with the can't stop won't stop from being able to actually be able to beat the quest now. Because that was a problem. Like, if you got the high score in the bike chase for the ultimate party animal, before you actually got the quest, it was impossible to finish it. It was like, and so I had to uninstall my game. Yep, I had the disc. I had to do the same thing 2 hours later. Thankfully, it had a quick save from before I went to the Gold Saucer, so I was able to go in and do that, because I saved like right after I did it, and I'm like, and that was a stupid thing to have done, because I didn't know I was potentially locking myself out. So, but yeah, no, I ended up doing it. It is. It actually is, because when I went to my high score, because when I had to do hard mode for the folio you get in that mission from doing that, I ended up being able to do the bike chase, and even though I had the high score already, so they did fix it this patch. Yeah, so I know some people had to wait forever, but yeah, it's I can confirm it's fine. It's patched in that respect. But yeah, but chapter 8, like I said, in base game took me 2 tries. Hard mode took me like 18 or 20. I honestly lost count, but that took me more tries than any other, like, I guess, regular fight in that particular set of chapters. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that came close. Rufus hard mode wasn't that bad for me, because I had certainly suffered enough with the first playthrough to have learned from it. I had to have Chakra on Cloud, though. Like, I mean, that was mandatory. I went into that fight with, like, no MP. And, so I needed Chakra for sure. I think I can't tell if the timing window for like Braver Stagger is the same or tighter. It felt a little tighter. I don't know though. Because I couldn't get a single Braver Stagger on him in my original, but I got like 3 in one fight in hard mode, which felt pretty satisfying, considering I got like none in the original fight. Couldn't get triple slash pressure to work whenever the Dark Hound came out. I had no idea. It never worked once. I don't know if there was just a certain timing thing, but it did not pressure either of them anytime I did it. So I ultimately had to. I don't remember what I ended up having to do to win that fight, because I wasn't messing like again. I had no MP. I had no MP going into that fight, so there was no whirlwind or MP regen or any of that stuff. Yes, I think I had to do. I think I did the expeditionary medal for him, or the whatever the evolved name of it was, because finishing touch is just too good. Just I just want somebody to be able to have like I want to see at some point like a boundary break of this, like somebody just taking the camera out and just exploring a lot of these areas, or cutscenes or things like that. Oh, okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, the thing was, I got the go to Damarang so late that I just couldn't use it. At that point, I had already done basically all of hard mode, minus this chapter. So there's no use for it at that point anymore. It might have been good for like having Aerith with first strike, and then having her with the super exhibitionary medal, and then somebody else got her Damarang, and then limit siphon from them, and then just give everybody infinite limit breaks. But I at that point I was like already past all of that. Why did they have to like nerf Cid's coolness though? Like, let the man smoke. Why is this game teen? Just because the original game was teen? I think this game really needed an M rating. Yeah, they curse a lot. And like, meanwhile, like Cid, the most cursiest of characters, probably second behind Barrett, like doesn't curse as much as any of our party member. And I'm like, what? Why did they nerf him so much? Apparently, living in Rocket Town is what sent them over the edge, and once they nuked Rocket Town off the face of this game, then yeah, maybe. I am curious. I can understand why they didn't program Vincent, at least right now. I know there's probably DLC for him coming out, but like, that would have been hard, because you'd have to, assuming you can run around in the different transformed forms, you'd have to basically program like 4 characters. You'd have to have like Vincent Limit Break level 1, Vincent Limit Break level 2, Vincent Limit Break level 3. And this game already programmed like what, Zack, Sephiroth, and then there was Kate Sith and Red 13. So 4 characters. You got 4 characters that were already programmed to this game. Yeah, I'm sure we will. I'm glad there wasn't a trophy for getting all of the folios, though. That would have been a little bit obscene to force the players to do every side quest too. I did it anyway. I really liked the one where we went to the flower field to pick to pick the flowers for the wreath for the Chocobo Ranch. And like all of those enemies would just like instantly kill you, so I had to like hide behind the rock, which isn't like just a little bit of a cover. Just enough to start like doing all of these area hitting spells, but like that was really hard. Hey, this strictly story. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it doing the side quest again personally, unless you want to max everybody's folios out. If you got really insane abilities, maybe it'd be worth it. But you kind of don't. Okay, legitimate question though. Why does some of Aerith's weapon have like limit break damage plus 10% when her limits don't do damage? What's the point of any of that? It's just such a weird thing to have in the game. If it was like something like potency, like to where you're healing 10% more, you're invincible, 10% longer, I don't know, something like that, it would make more sense, but I did like the Botch and Koch commentary during the Rufus fight a lot. I thought that was probably a huge highlight of that fight. Although I was just happy to fight Rufus again in general. He was my favorite fight in Remake. It was Barrett, like the only correct choice. I basically said to myself going through the first time, I'm like, yeah, it has to be Barrett going in. And then second time was Yuffie, and then third time was Tifa. Basically, I did all the dates that would get me the Johnny achievements, which... Johnny. I am scared of what side quest nonsense they could put me in through part 3. I feel like we barely got anything with Leslie in this game. We had like one quest with him and that was it. Yeah, I'd like that a lot. My gosh, the amount of time I was menuing just between the Chadley missions, because I'd have to completely like upheave entire builds to put them on other characters, and it was just nutty. I'm like, come on. It does really take forever. I hope we have like as easy ways to gain AP as we did in this game, though. Particularly the white-haired angel side quest. Because even before I knew there was a trick there, I'm like, oh, this Queen Bee is summoning more enemies. I think this is probably going to be useful if I could ever do this again. I don't know if there's like anything good with like the gill toss because it's so slow and not that good from what I can tell. I don't know if it does like super good pressure damage or anything, or if it has any good uses in anything, but it seemed like it wasn't that great. I never use jump. I never use the dark side, because I don't even know what it would be good with. But it would take like 5% damage each time you use something, and so I just decided no, probably not. I wish that with the synergy materia, like there was a way to level it up. The synergy skill, the one where you can use a preset spell. Because like you'd only cast like if you had like fire maxed, where you have like fire and Faraga, you'd only use fire. I wish you could level it up, and at level 2 you'd get Fire to go off. At level 3 you get Fire Faraga to go off. I mean, that would have been cool. Would have been cool if there was more than one in the game too. I was thinking, like, even when I originally played this game, I was thinking that there's gonna be like a post-credit scene or something, and it's just not. No problem. I have no idea how long these credits are gonna go on for. I honestly can't remember. I probably should resync my because it's been too long since I've yeah, there we go. We're gonna deactivate and reactivate that. Glad I didn't struggle too much on Sephiroth, because I did have like a Zoom meeting, not a Zoom meeting, that sounds like professional, a Zoom gaming meeting where we're gonna Jackbox with some friends, so I'm glad I didn't have to spend forever there. I was a little dismayed that I kept getting destroyed by Genova Lifeklinger. Because I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time now. And I basically finished within time. Alright. Where's my trophy? Give me my trophies. This calls for more trophies, as Yuffie would say. Pretty sure that's what she says. Completed chapter 14 hard difficulty of Hardy Stock. There it is. There it is. Alright, so we will definitely save. Final time, 231 hours, 37 minutes, 53 seconds. What a game! What a game. Well, that's it. that is all that I have any intention of doing with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That means tomorrow I will be back with Golden Sun. I think tomorrow I'll be able to make it to Crossbones Isle and do all the fun stuff there, and then probably Tuesday will